Welcome to the Community Difference Plano. Powered by the Difference Media LLC. And hosted by Nathan Smith with Enfuego Financial. And sponsored by Home Smart Stars. PBJ Mortgage. Gaston Investments. Jim Thomas, Business Consulting and Funding. Diane Castle with Castle to Castle. And by Tracy Duff with Assisted Living Locators.
The Community Difference Plano was created to serve as a platform for local leaders and business professionals to showcase their expertise, values, and commitment to their community. Overall, the podcast aims to create a stronger sense of community in North Texas by highlighting the often overlooked or unnoticed good work being done by local leaders, businesses, and professionals.
So sit back and relax as our host, co-host, and their guests share inspirational stories, experiences, thoughts and insights about being a professional along with the opportunities for our businesses to serve our communities in very special ways. Because the Community Difference Plano starts now.
What's up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome to the Community Difference Plano. I am your host, Nathan Smith, alongside a great panel of co-hosts and some fantastic guests today. Nathan Smith, of course, with Enfuego Financial, passion for helping people escape the corporate prison and really build their legacy through business ownership in the financial services sphere. Man, I come alive when I call it living life on fire. Man, when you break free and you do something that you're intended to do, right? You live the life that you're intended to, that you're created for. And I think that's just an incredible thing to experience when you get to help and serve other people. And speaking of that, man, that's our goal for these community shows. You know, we have communities in, of course, Plano, Rockwall, Frisco, Wiley. We're getting ready to open up more here over the next coming months. And so if you like what we're doing, give us a shout, give us a holler, comment, man, we'll get with you, we'll connect with you and say, hey, how can you be a part of the communities that we're building? You know, our goal is to bring you pertinent information on your community to help connect you with like-minded business owners and citizens that really want to build a cohesive community. You know, we always talk about that it's the community level of life that affects our lives the most. It's easy to get caught up in, you know, the politics of Washington or even the state of Texas, but it really starts here at your local communities. And so having successful businesses, having partnerships between our city leaders and our citizens and our businesses, making sure that we're all successful is going to ensure the type of communities, type of life that we want to have. And it all starts with us as individual citizens and business owners. So we want to bring you things that are going to help you grow your business. They're going to help you live more connectedly as a citizen of the great city of Plano. Things that are happening, want to keep you apprised of all that, but also just put some great people that are doing some amazing things in front of you to connect with afterwards, to have meetings, coffees, etc. Get together with people, build your business presence, but also get to know some fantastic people. And so enough about me. I don't want to prattle on for too long. Let's get right into our amazing co-hosts, and then we'll introduce some fantastic guests today. Before I do that, I do need to say this, and that's very important. As we go through today, we're going to mention this a number of times. And I'm just checking right now because I'm looking at our social media here. We've got some tickets, and hopefully you've seen this on our different community pages, and I know our co-hosts, and we've been sharing it like crazy. We've got some tickets to the Frisco Flyers game this Friday night. We're going to have a number of them throughout the season. If you've never been to arena football, it is one of the most fun. That's terrible English. It's one of the most. Golly, this is why I'm a history person, not an English person. One of the most fun tickets in town. We're going to get a chance to come out, hang out with us, meet some great people. You're going to be privy to a phenomenal sport, a lot of fun, family environment. It's fantastic. It's going to be this Friday night. So here's what you have to do as you're watching the show: comment on hashtag who invited you and say I love football. That's all you got to do. Pretty simple. And then we'll go through a drawing at the end. We'll also, if for some reason you popped off or you didn't hear, we'll also post it. Make sure that whoever does win gets those tickets, because we want to be able to meet you throughout the day. So with that said, I'm going to bring in our co-host for today. And she's actually also not only co-hosts this show today, but she's our co-host in Frisco as well, Miss Debbie Watson with Team Watson Redeemers. Debbie, good morning to you.
Good morning. Good morning. How are you?
I am great. It was wonderful to see your shining face at our Lunch and Learn this past Monday.
Yes.
Did you enjoy that?
Very much so. Very much so. I love learning from other inspiring people. So yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah, it's a part of, not only our podcast, but the difference is really a business development platform. So not only are we helping our co-host really get good information to you guys as listeners and our audience, but also teaching them how to utilize the podcast and this medium, also through social media, to really put a great business development plan in place. It's going to just skyrocket their returns and their success. And like I mentioned before, when we're successful, our community is successful, our customers, our clients are successful, and we really start fostering something that's really fantastic for our communities. And then also this morning, Jack's Crider. Don't call her Jackie ever. Jax or Jacqueline.
I was going to say, you guys might have learned that at the Lunch and Learn, right?
We did. PBJ Mortgage, a native Texan for her whole life, really. Been in the mortgage industry for 20 years. Good morning to you. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well, thank you. How are you guys?
We're just fantastic. I hope so Jackie's on. I did it. Oh, Jax.
I was going to say, he's going to do
see
it from now on, Debbie. He's going to do it.
Did you see in our run sheet that I made it gigantic? Did you see that?
No, I didn't. But that's
Jack's like super big, and I still screwed. I'm looking right at it. I'm sorry, I filter.
It's okay.
I'll get it. I promise. And I've only known you for like 6-8 months. So I should probably.
Hey, Jacqueline. Jacqueline, I've got an idea. Here's what we're gonna do.
Okay.
We're gonna start a Jack's jar, like a swear jar.
Right. So you're gonna have to put money in there. I think
you got to
it's
put
great.
money in it, and then you donate that to your favorite charity when it gets to where you want it to be.
That is perfect. And I mean, remind yourself that Brian did it too. So I mean, I'll just start it on both shows. So
there you go.
We're each gonna have a Jack's jar. Fine.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah. I'm gonna create one. I'm gonna get it done.
If it's for charity, though, I might keep screwing up though. So I don't know if that's
okay. That's fine. Hey, you know what? You can call me Jackie if we're donating money to charity. How's that, Nathan? Like that sounds acceptable.
I'm still gonna try to not mess it up. So, yeah. Anyway, I totally lost track of what I was saying because I screwed that up. Anyway, let's bring in our phenomenal guest today. First of all, with Keep Safe Bookkeeping. That's a mouthful. A good friend of mine, Kelsey Burks. Good morning, Kelsey. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you guys?
Good. You talk about somebody that has mastered the internet social media presence. I'm putting this moniker on you, but I feel like that's true. Full-time business owner, mom to 2 adorable, precious girls. You've been an entrepreneur now for 10 years. How is your day going so far?
It's going pretty good. Yeah, I mean,
Awesome.
We're bookkeeping. We're in the heat of tax season, so
Yes.
I was going to say she's super busy and will be for a while.
It's amazing you had time to come on here. I know that anybody that's either a CPA or an accountant or a bookkeeper, any of those things, it's pretty turbulent times.
Yeah.
Now, do you really stop right at April 15th, or is that really or is it more like end of April that it kind of gets less crazy?
So I'm not an accountant. Those guys stop early, but I'm the whole year because, bookkeeping is keeping track of.
It always happens.
Yeah. Bookkeeping, you always have to keep track of those numbers. So our clients are like, it's every month throughout the whole year. We're just busier during this time. Yeah.
I can only imagine.
They need extra numbers from you right now, right, Kelsey?
Yeah, everyone needs everything from me right now, and they need it now. Yeah,
Again, before October deadline. So there you go.
Yeah,
100%. Speaking of keeping track, our next guest, we're trying to keep track of her because we tried to have her on the Frisco show. She had some technical difficulties, but we have figured those out, and we're excited to have her on the Plano show. Miss Christy Gee, good morning to you.
Hi, good morning, Nathan. How are you?
I'm really good. Thank you.
I'm real glad we got it figured out. Praise God.
Yes, we did. You're, of course, with KG Studio Company, really just a brand development, a photographer, obviously, but a lot more than that, it looks like. Talk to us just a little bit about what you do, how you got into business, and also how you know Jax, because that's really what we want to know. So,
Yeah, Jax and we connected in one of the Frisco women's groups on Facebook. It's a great way to network. I don't know if people know that about Facebook, but there's a ton of different groups in there that you can really promote your business on and connect with like-minded people. So that's how we connected.
Yep.
But as far as KG Studio & Co. goes, I mean, I've been a brand strategist and designer for 10 years now. So full entrepreneur for 10 years, much like Kelsey. It's been a ride. It's been really fun. But my main focus with my business is to help people that are either just starting an entrepreneurial route, their businesses, or maybe they've had a business for a long time, but they need to revamp. So it's really, I say where your brand becomes your best first impression. And so it's really to help catapult and elevate your business, to bring in more business. It's all about how it looks, how it feels. But yeah, it's a really, really fun job. I love it.
You're muted, Nathan.
Oh,
sorry about that. Our next guest, I love what she says as she, and kind of a tagline, is dedicated to spreading empowerment through the universal language of beauty. Please welcome Joanna Lamb with Project Beauty. Joanna, good morning.
Hi, everyone. Good morning. Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure. I think we could all use more beauty, especially just in all areas of life. I mean, I could use a little more personally, but just around the country, around the city, just nature, everything. We're always beauty really is the universal language. I like how you put that. So tell us a little about you, what you do. Tell us about Project Beauty. I know we're going to get into some more details in our next segment of a specific event that's going to be pertinent to some of our Plano residents, but just give us a quick 30 seconds before we go to break.
Absolutely. So I am Joe Lamb. I go by Joe,
Okay.
And I'm the founder and CEO of Project Beauty, a nonprofit organization dedicated to helping survivors heal and thrive through transformative beauty and self-care programs.
Love that. That's awesome. I can't wait to hear more in our third segment. You're actually going to share a cool event coming up in just a moment on the other side in our What's Up Plano. So let's get to that now. We'll give our sponsor some love. Stick around. We'll be right back. Remember, hashtag the person that invited you and I love football to win those tickets. We'll be right back.
The Community Difference Plano is made possible by Nathan Smith with Enfuego Financial, Diane Castle with Castle to Castle, connecting charities to fundraising solutions, Jim Thomas, business consultant and business funding expert, Brenda Thompson with Home Smart Stars, Sonia Lowry with Gaston Investments and Development, Tracy Duff with Assisted Living Locators, and by Jacqueline Crider with PBJ Mortgage. The Community Difference Plano. Together, we can make the difference. And now, back to the show.
Are you ready?
Because it's time for
What's Up Plano?
What's Up Plano? I love this. My favorite segment. One thing I need to amend as far as winning the tickets, when you're commenting, hashtag the person that invited you, then hashtag Frisco Fighters. Hashtag Frisco Fighters. So if Debbie invited you, hashtag Debbie Watson, hashtag Frisco Fighters. I love football. We'll be able to do that one. And then you can come hang out with us on Friday. It's going to be awesome.
I was gonna say, who doesn't love a great football game, right?
Exactly. And I've been to arena games before, but not this league and not the fighter. So I'm really excited to have a chance to go out there and meet a lot of people. So please come with us. All you got to do is just comment. It's real simple. So, all right, let's kick it off. What's up, Plano? Let's talk to our guest. Actually has something that she wants to share today. I'm really excited. So I'm going to turn it over to Joe Lamb. Tell us about a really cool event that's going on with Project Beauty.
Yeah, so this Saturday we are hosting in partnership with the Co-America Bank and also Boys and Girls Club of Collin County in Plano. We're hosting a prom shopping extravaganza, right? So if you guys remember, prom can get a little pricey, right? Because we want to get the cute dress, we want to get shoes and accessories, and I mean with inflation, the price has gone up since then.
I was gonna say it was expensive when I was in high school, and that was many moons ago. So yeah.
Yeah. And so, we are hosting an event to help local teens make their prom dreams come true. So anyone in the Collin County area can actually come to Boys and Girls Club in Plano this Saturday from 11 to 2 p.m. to shop for a free prom dress. Accessories include.
Oh, no, she froze. I will say accessories are included, and it's a certain amount of hour. I know that you have the flyer there on that.
Yeah,
So-
well, if you pop that flyer up, we can that way everybody can see the details. And yeah, we'll try to get Jolene back. There we go.
Yeah.
So this is going to be Saturday, March 23rd, Boys and Girls Club of Collin County, the Plano branch. So that's right over there off H Avenue. So it's just a little bit west of downtown, I believe, downtown Plano. Have you been out there before, Debbie?
I have not on this location. She does these all over. She just had one in, I believe, Arlington last weekend. So they're helping all over the community. So
okay, awesome.
That's
Jackson, I know you had some updates as well that you wanted to share, and then I've got some amazing things that we want to finish the segment up with.
So for those of you who don't know, Plano is the prime place to see the solar eclipse, and that is happening on April the 8th, Monday, April the 8th. So if you don't know about it, you should know about it. And my mom's store, La Fufara, they're actually selling like the little glasses and like some cool shirts and stuff like that. But Plano is one of the best places in all of Texas to actually see it. So unless you're going south and like going to Fredericksburg and place like that, Plano is going to be a great place to see the solar eclipse. So for those of you who don't know, on Monday, April 8th, we are going to be dealing with a really cool solar eclipse. And I don't think it happens again. Somebody remind me, it's like 20 or 40 years. It's a long time.
I believe.
Yeah, it's a long time. So this is your opportunity to get to see like a really amazing eclipse, and Plano is your place to be. So
yeah, there's like three. I tried to read up on this because I'm a nerd. There's like 3 different types of eclipses, and this is like the real good one. And I'm hoping it is because we all got outside back when I had a job and I wasn't a business owner. We got outside with the glasses, and I'm like looking at it. I'm like, it doesn't feel like an eclipse at all. It was super defeating. I'm like, why are we here? So I'm hoping.
Yeah, this is
from what I'm understanding. This is like
actually
gets darker.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, something's happening. Okay, so
Well,
I'm actually looking forward to that.
So just so you know, Nathan, like when my mom was finding these shirts and glasses and stuff like that they're selling at the store, the lady that she connected with, who's actually in Fredericksburg, the whole reason this lady found out about it is because over a year ago, these people from like Japan and China and places like that were calling and booking her little bed and breakfast. And so she was like, why are all these people from like, areas in Asia like booking, this or whatever? And it's because it is such a complete eclipse. So it's a lot bigger, I think, than most of the other ones we've had like in past. So it's supposed to be a pretty big deal. So just FYI.
Well, DFW is in the line of travel. Like we're in literally the perfect spot for where this eclipse is. So yeah, DFW.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Plano is literally in the line. And like, so yeah, technically you'll be able to see it from like, Frisco or McKinney or Dallas or wherever else. But there's something about Plano, like in the actual line of the eclipse, it's supposed to be one of the best viewing points in the whole area.
So that's scientifically to all the flat earthers out there. If the earth was flat, everywhere would be in the viewing line. So that should tell you that the earth is round, just in case you needed some more evidence. Just putting that out there. So
there you go.
So what's the actual time that the one, it's one something, anybody know that?
I think it's to noon sometime, somewhere around
in the afternoon. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I think it's 1:27 p.m. Central Standard Time is when it's supposed to be the eclipse in the totality in Texas anyway.
Go ahead, Lyndon.
Yeah, I've got a preview of what it's going to kind of look like.
There you go. The total eclipse. I mean, that's not wrong.
Is that not the same thing?
No, it's not the same thing, buddy. Good try, though. Good try.
I thought you might put a picture of Nikki French up who sang Total Eclipse of the Heart back in the 80s or 90s or whenever that was. But
I was going to say, Nathan, stop dating all of us. So we're going to look so old.
Well, you could still know things. I mean, I know songs from the 50s. I wasn't born then, so it's totally
That's true. Good point. Good point.
A couple other things here before we hit our next commercial break and dive into getting to know our guests a little bit better. A couple of things from been messaging with Steve Stoller, who he does kind of a news bulletin YouTube. He was with NBC, I believe, for a long time, but now he's like the news person of Plano. He's fantastic, really good guy. And there's a YouTube that just kind of gives you all the things that you need to know for through throughout the month, et cetera, big things that are happening. So number one, of course, we've been talking about this for a long time. This Saturday, so Friday, we've got the I almost said Rough Riders. We've got the Frisco. We're trying to get Rough Rider game too. We have the Frisco Flyers Friday, but then Saturday is the Texas Forever Fest It is the biggest Texas Independence Day celebration. I know Texas Independence Day was early in March, but we're just celebrating it with all the pomp and circumstance that it deserves on Friday the 23rd, or Saturday the 23rd, excuse me. So come out. It's 11 to 6. We'll be out there meeting people, making new connections. There's businesses, there's food, there's music, fun, arts. 11 to 6. It's really a fun time. We went last year for the first time as a family. It's a great family event. So come out there, come meet us. If you're coming, shoot us a text, or message us on Facebook or something. We'll find you. We'll get to meet you. That'll be fantastic. A couple other things. You may start seeing some construction. You may not see this because it's going to be happening at night, but that 75 corridor there, right down there through Plano, $58 million project. It's going to be changing the HOV lanes to allow for more traffic, to reduce congestion, because if you guys have ever traveled north or south on 75, it can be a little daunting at times. The lanes there are some HOV lanes, so I don't know the scope of exactly what that looks like, but there are HOV lanes there, but they're going to also be extra lanes that everybody can use at times. And then sometimes they'll be just for the high occupancy vehicle. So you'll be able to tell that by the signage that's there. So all this to say, over the coming months and a year, there should be some traffic relief there, which will obviously be a good thing. And then the TEDx Plano. Did you guys know there's TEDx Plano? There is. It's awesome. It's been going on for a number of years. 2024 tickets are available. The theme is Together We Go. All different types of speakers collaborating in the community and really talk about building community. So it's right in line with ultimately our goal here at The Difference. There's an interactive lobby with all kinds of technology and booths and everything. So it's, again, a cool place to go check out, even if you're not speaking in it, or maybe you don't even care about who's speaking. Just go out there. There's lots of cool technology things for kids, just interactive stuff that you can do. And that's coming up soon. They did not have the dates, which was strange. So I'll get you the dates. We'll make sure we have the dates next time. And then lastly, Lyndon, if you want to pop this up, congratulations to Coach Matt Wester of Plano East Panthers. Jax was working to try and get him on. I think he's actually teaching a class during our show, so we'll try to figure out some other options there.
I was going to say he is, but he was really excited, y'all. It was a big deal.
Yeah, so check this out. They're the first team in UIL 6A history to go 40-0. Wow. 40-0, which is incredible. So we are, and I discovered this the other day. I didn't realize this. Plano East, Plano West, and Plano Senior High are 3 of the 5 largest schools in Texas. And so they're obviously, Plano East, of course, being top competition, right? They're playing really good schools. Nothing against 2A schools, but the 6A schools actually playing some very good competition. People that are going on to get college scholarships, and a few of them will probably end up making the NBA at some point. So 40-0, shout out to those athletes, shout out to Coach Matt Wester. I mean, just the amount of accomplishment that it takes to do that is pretty dang incredible. So you can, if you see him on Facebook, he's pretty easy to find. Just shout out, give him a congratulations, and we'll see what we can do about getting him on the show at some point, just to get to know him and what he's doing with that program. Because anytime that we can highlight young achievements of our athletes and our students and whatnot, it's obviously a really good thing. So when we come back, again, let me just remind you here, comment I love football, then hashtag the person that invited you, and hashtag Frisco Fighters. The drawing is going to be held after our last commercial break. And then from there, you will join us this Friday night at the Frisco Fighters game. It is going to be really fun, very fantastic. When we come back, we'll dive in. We'll try to get Joe Lamb back. I don't think we've gotten her back yet. Maybe Debbie can work on that in the break. But we'll talk with our guest. We'll get to know each other a little bit better, and as we transition then into our later show topic. So stick around, guys. We're going to show our sponsors some love. We love our sponsors. We'll be right back.
Amazing sponsors that make the Difference Radio, live stream, and podcast network possible.
Are you searching for fast, reliable, and affordable heating and air solutions in the Wiley, Sac C, Murphy, Garland, Rowlett, Levon, Richardson, Plano, and Allen areas of Texas? Then look no further than Martin Heating and Air LLC. With over 15 years of experience, our team is dedicated to providing top-notch service tailored to your specific needs. Don't let a broken HVAC unit ruin your comfort. Call us today at 469-380-9864 or visit our website to schedule an appointment. Martin Heating and Air LLC, your trusted partner for all your heating and air conditioning needs.
JP Direct Health offers affordable health insurance solutions for individuals, families, and small businesses specializing in custom coverages to fit your needs and budget. JP Direct Health offers comprehensive benefits, including PPO health plans, accident and critical illness coverage, dental and vision, health matching accounts, along with telehealth at no cost per call. Call JP Direct Health today to learn more about how we can help you protect your health and your budget.
Do you want your home or office to sparkle? Then call Elite Diamond Cleaning today. From basic cleaning to deep cleaning, and using only the highest quality cleaning products and equipment, your satisfaction is guaranteed. Our team of experienced cleaners will work quickly and efficiently to clean every nook and cranny, taking care of all the details so you don't have to. With a variety of pricing options to fit any budget, you can be sure that you are getting the best possible price. Call Elite Diamond Cleaning today at 214-300-9876 to schedule a free estimate. Your home and office is a diamond. Let us get it out of the dust.
Frisco Fighters prepare to reach new heights at Comerica Center this spring. From competitive matchups to exciting theme nights, you won't want to miss a second of the action. Join us and experience high-scoring, hard-hitting indoor football that's fun for the whole family to enjoy. Visit FriscoFighters.com for game highlights, tickets, or to reserve your spot at the Tarmac Tailgate Party. Frisco Fighters, fly with us.
Are you looking to buy a home? The process can be daunting, but it doesn't have to be. With the help of a qualified loan officer like Paul Fisher, you can get the financing you need and get into your dream home. Paul Fisher, a direct local lender with Certainty Home Lending, has many years of experience helping people buy homes. He's knowledgeable, experienced, and he'll work with you to find the best loan for your needs. Contact Paul Fisher today to get started on your home buying journey. He'll help you every step of the way, so you can relax and focus on finding your dream home. Visit www.loansbyfisher.com or call 817-308-7361 to schedule a consultation with Paul. MLS number 2018111.
Now back to the show.
All righty, welcome back. We're going to jump right in and get to know our guest and just have a little bit of a roundtable discussion. So we'll start with Christy. Christy, a couple of things. When you shared what you do and your passion, it really aligns with a lot of things we do here at The Difference in our business development platform and obviously through the podcast as well. But let's just start, and you shared a tiny bit of this, but what originally drew you to what you're doing? Why do you have a passion for it? What's the story behind it, if there is one, if that makes sense?
No. So I guess like 10 years ago, before that, for about 5 years, I worked as a full-time graphic designer for a small company here in Texas, or Dallas more specifically. So I did that for a little bit. And just to be honest with you, Nathan, kind of got burnt out, as we all do. And I just was working on projects I wasn't super passionate about. And so I made the switch. And now I get to work full time with people that I really align with. And just more than anything, I get to help people in the way that I want to. So, yeah.
And I want to come back to that, but I know just in my relationship with Kelsey, I've known her for about 3 years now? Kelsey, 2 years, something like that? 3 years?
I want to say probably like 3 or 4 years close to now. Yeah.
So I want to ask you the same question, because you have a really unique story and why you do what you do. Not necessarily because, you didn't wake up with some innate desire for bookkeeping, but it was more along the driving force behind why you're doing what you're doing. So share a little bit of that if you don't mind.
Yeah. So, I've been an entrepreneur for about 10 years, and I've done different things, but about 7 years ago, I had a daughter who has special needs, and she was born with just a lot of medical complexities. And I'm a single mom, so I had another daughter who's 12. So I had a 5-year-old and a special needs baby. And I was really just trying to figure out, like, what the heck am I going to do? I've got to learn how to make an income. And I've been an entrepreneur and stuff, but nothing really like stuck prior to that. But then when my baby girl was born, it was just a whole world of difference of like, I really have to figure out, how do I make an income from home that sustains my family, takes care of what I need to while I'm still able to fully take care of her. And I had done real estate. I owned a digital marketing agency. I'd like dabbled in a couple of little different things. And then I just kind of stumbled across bookkeeping. It was just one of those things, but it was like, oh, this is the thing. So I'm able to both still be an entrepreneur, build my business, work with small business owners, but also able to be here for my baby girl and not have someone else like dictate my schedule and everything. So really my driving force was my kids. And now I've built a really sustainable business. I started that business back in 2020. So here we are 4 years in, and it's been absolutely incredible. I'm able to do like both dualities there, be full-time present mother with my children, as well as run a really successful business that has its team. And so here we are now 4 years in.
I love that. And I want to open up to Jax and Debbie the same question, because there's stories are really, that's the thing that connects us, right? We all have a good product or service, hopefully, right? It's kind of a standard, right? That's the low bar. Hopefully we do, but it's the stories that we tell and why we do what we do that we really enjoy highlighting. So let's start with you, Debbie. How did you get into financial services? What is it that drives you? And then I'll let Jax finish up with that same question. Oh, you're on mute, Debbie.
Sorry about that. Actually, 14 years ago, someone came into my home and introduced some of the financial concepts that we now teach. And I was just like, oh my gosh, if I didn't know this after 40 some odd years, and we just weren't on track for what we needed. And so I thought, goodness, if I don't know this, then other people need to know this. And unfortunately, I needed part-time income because I wasn't on track for retirement. So this gave me the ability to become fully licensed, to go out and help others. And I've just become so passionate about teaching the next generation, but also the people around me, because I like to take an educational approach versus just a sales approach. So I just love what I do. And I love serving people and making a difference and having them feel hopeful that there is a light at the end of the tunnel.
Well, that's a big thing too in the home buying industry. Jax, is your story in line or similar with that? It's all about.
I was going to say, Debbie was pretty much saying a lot of the same things. Like, I kind of ended up in mortgage on accident. And I tell that story a lot, that it sort of kind of happened upon me. But everyone thought I was going to be a teacher. And I tell them I am a teacher, right? But just in a very different kind of a way, in a very different kind of avenue, I suppose, if you will, right? And I mean, mortgage is probably the largest debt transaction you're going to have in your life. And it's incredibly important. You're making good decisions about it, and decisions that are not going to put your family under financial strain, and that you're using it to like catapult your wealth as opposed to bury you in debt, right? I mean, there's a very big difference in the way that you look at it and the way that you view it. And that's really what I focus on. I mean, I've been doing this for about 20 years, and I'm always educating myself on, deeper things in mortgage and how people view, different things and mindset and all that kind of stuff, just because it's just such a huge passion of mine. I mean, that's where, Nathan, I know you and I align a lot as well. And Debbie, you as well, right? Like, we're all in the financial space, and we all sort of play our part on really helping consumers get well educated and understand what it looks like. It's not just about doing a mortgage, right? Like, and I say this all the time, any idiot can do a mortgage. Like, if they have basic math skills, they probably can figure it out, right? With technology, the help of technology. But what about the person standing behind? Like, do they actually care? Do they want to make sure that you get to where you want and your financial goals and what you're looking for the future, right? And that's something that Debbie, you, Nathan, I, like, we all are aligned with. We're all looking for that for our customers.
Exactly.
There are some idiots that do mortgage, I believe, aren't there?
There's quite a few, unfortunately, I have to say. Lyndon, you can probably attest to that too.
We won't mention them. Well, but before we want to continue the conversation, I want to remind
Nathan, to be fair, I quit doing mortgages a long time ago. So,
well, Lyndon, I wasn't talking about you, but
there's one less now.
Diane, our other co-host, used to do mortgages too. I don't know if she would. She's probably really good at it though. So we'll see. I won't assume.
She and I've had lots of chats about it too, and she was.
She always calls herself a recovering mortgage lender, I believe is what she says. which is
It is. It's like
interesting.
the mafia. Once you get in, you can't get out. So I'm impressed that Lyndon and Diane escaped. I haven't been able to, guys. Sorry.
Well, guys, I want to remind our viewers, we got a number of viewers, but you're listening, but you could be winning, right? Right now, as you're listening here, comment, real simple, I love football, hashtag who invited you. If you don't know who invited you, just pick somebody that's on the screen right now.
Yeah.
And then say hashtag Frisco Fighters, and you'll be entered into a chance to win tickets here at after the last commercial break. You've got a really good chance because we got a lot of tickets. This is not one of those raffle things that you have. It's like 1 in 20,000 or 100,000. If you hashtag, you got a good shot at winning some tickets for Friday. You can give them away. You can use them as incentive for your clients or business partners, or you can just come meet us. We'd love to meet you. So make sure that you're doing that. Okay, so we talk a lot about strategy, business development, et cetera. And it's what we teach our co-hosts, and we do talk about it some on air. But I want to ask this, and I'll start back with Christy. And you don't have to go into too much detail, but what is your business development plan specifically in the Plano community, and more importantly, what are some of the key industries or areas that you want to partner with or attract, or maybe that you'd like to get into that you don't really have a great way into that at this point yet? That's a big question.
Yeah, no, that's a great question. Yeah, I mean, first of all, I love that this show is about connecting with the community because, I mean, while I work with clients all over the world, really, I think connecting with your direct community is so important. And it's where I get the most interaction, or where I can like one-on-one and things like that. So but I don't have like a specific, I guess, audience, if that makes sense. Like I don't like people, they're, obviously design firms that only work with a certain level of business, or that have like, a luxury budget or something like that. But I literally work with anybody that wants to work with me. And as long as I feel like I can help them and be the best resource, I'm not going to say no. So yeah, I don't really have, I guess, I don't know if that answered your question. I don't really have like,
well, yeah, it did. So it's interesting because what would you say to the businesses that if you can define this, the types of businesses that you work the most with, or is it really just a whole smattering of different industries?
Yeah, another great question. I mean, it really is such an array. Like there are restaurants that I've worked with that have great food, right? But a little bit of struggling to get them in the door because the vibe is not great. So it's like that's
a tough industry in and of itself.
Yeah. And it's like, if you can go in there and change just a few things and I say, hey, what's your budget? Not necessarily, I mean, I obviously have my pricing, but if it's a company that I see that can really excel and they just need to tweak a few things, whether it be logo, website, menu design, even some interior design aspects, because that all kind of meshes together, right? Because you want everything to look cohesive and good. I'll do that for them.
How many interior designers do you work with?
I work with a solid 3 right now, but my door is always open to people in the industry.
I know 2. I'm related to one, and Jax is related to one.
Oh, cool.
So,
my mom is.
Yeah.
Pass my info along. Would love that.
We can definitely do that. So
yeah,
go ahead. Sorry.
No, but I mean, it's like restaurants. I work with a lot of real estate agents. I work with some mortgage companies, actually, small business owners. There was a mom in our neighborhood, actually, that she's like starting to launch her mom cooler backpacks called The Crew. So the Cooler Moms Club. So that was a really fun.
Cooler as they're really cool, or they actually keep things cold?
So they actually like keep things cold, like the Yeti backpacks, Okay. But yeah, so the Cooler Moms Club is like her whole thing. So that was a really fun project. So really, it's just all over the map.
When that gets up and going, you should introduce us to her. She sounds
I will. You would love Rebecca.
Well, Kelsey, same thing to you. I've watched you. When we first met, we were kind of trying to do some work together. You were focusing on launching your bookkeeping business, and I've literally watched you. I've watched you just put me to shame with social media. One, So you inspire me in that way. And, thank goodness for the difference and for Lyndon to get me back on track in a number of ways. But I've watched you really just grow, and the people that the communities and the other, not only female entrepreneurs, but just entrepreneurs in general that you've started to connect with, and just the different groups that you're a part of. It's really inspiring to see that growth. Where do you see from a development standpoint, over the next 2 to 3 years? And then the same question on the backside of that is, where are some industries or different types of businesses or areas that you want to break into that maybe you're not able to at this point, or you haven't figured out how to do that?
Yeah, so I appreciate that. Social media is really, like, Facebook is a gold mine if you do learn how to use it. And I've built my entire business organically, like no paid ads or anything, just straight from my personal page. And that's been fantastic. But yeah, the main industries that I'm currently in, I would say about 60% of our clientele is contractors, like roofers, construction, fencing, all of those guys. They're lovely at doing what they do, but they're terrible typically on the financial admin end. And that's where we come in and really get all of their stuff done, because they're very high volume transaction. And then we also work with a lot of businesses like Christie's, where we work with a lot of branding, advertising, those digital agencies. So all small businesses, but those are our two main that we work with. And there's no really industry that I want to necessarily get in, but I work with service-based businesses. So small businesses and just service-based. So we don't do restaurant and we don't do retail. Those guys.
Do you find that service-based businesses typically smaller, probably struggle in that area? Is that why there's a good partnership there?
Yeah, there's just not a lot of education. A lot of people want to run a business, but they don't understand bookkeeping. There's not a lot of education on taxes and bookkeeping. There's no specific rule book on how to do it. And no one wants to pay a whole ton of taxes, but we all have to file taxes. And so that's really where bookkeeping comes in, is we're an out-serviced service that, one, it's a write-off for them, and two, they don't have to handle it. We 100% handle it so that their taxes are filed on time, and that's just like one less stressor. Because when most people come to me, their two biggest complaints are, I'm unorganized and I don't know what to do. Like,
well, I was gonna say, I'll be the person to tell you that, and actually, I know Nathan and Debbie can both attest. Most people are not great with the math piece. Like, that's not necessarily most people's bets. They may be amazing at business, but they're not great at math. So that you get to come in and kind of help with that.
Very bad at math.
In the same vein of Henry Ford, you always hire people smarter than you. Exactly. Because you can do everything. So if Kelsey does the math part of your business, then you look really smart. So that's a good thing. That's fantastic.
Yeah. Well,
go ahead.
I was just going to say, the one biggest thing I always tell people is, like, you can make $1 million, but you can be spending $1,000,001 and really be at a loss in your business. So like, if you don't know how much you're spending, you really don't know how much you're making. So that's where bookkeeping really comes in handy, of like putting all that together for somebody. And it's usually an aha moment for most business owners of, oh, that's really what I'm doing, when they see it like all laid down on paper.
Let me ask you a quick question. We got about 1 more minute before break. And this just maybe this will be helpful for everyone that's listening, and our viewers, and so obviously when you're doing books for a business, and this is why I have a history degree and I hire people smarter than me to do things. But this is a question that I had early on, and I think that you may be able. So you're wanting to obviously do the books for your business. And, obviously most people are taking a salary from that, or they're using everything they can. They're either mixing in all their expenses for their whole life, or just their business expenses. Maybe their business expenses aren't super high, but they got to make sure that they're paying the rest of their expenses, which is their life. How do they mesh all that together to say, okay, well, am I making enough money to live my life and do things I want to, but also to keep my business floating? Because they're, as the bigger you get, those are definitely separate buckets. But sometimes early on they run together. Does that make sense?
Well, first and foremost, that's the biggest no-no that most people make early in business. It's called intermingling funds, and actually it's illegal. You shouldn't be doing that.
Well, don't do that.
Yeah. So first and foremost is always, even if you don't even have your LLC set up, have a separate checking account for your business and operate out of two and separate for your personal. So operate out of two separate checking accounts. And then we can't tell you, most business owners, I tell my people all the time, don't let your business run you, run your business. And that means pay yourself. A lot of people end up, they're paying contractors, they're paying advertising, they're paying all these business bills, but then at the end of the day, there's none left for them. And so I usually teach my people what's called the profit first method, and that's pay yourself first. Put some money in savings and pay yourself first. But first we have to figure out how much the business is making and spending. And that's doing the bookkeeping aspect to say, okay, we can start paying ourselves $1,000 a month. Okay, we can start paying ourselves $2,500. Okay, now we can pay ourselves $10,000 a month. But you have to have the data down to understand, can I even pay myself? And then start making those financial data-driven decisions on, okay, we can pay ourselves these amounts, but definitely first and foremost, separate business versus personal.
I love that. I'm doing things well. That makes me feel better. Okay. I was pretty confident, but I knew a lot of people had that question because I did, early on as well. We're going to go to break. When we come back, we're going to have more people comment. We started to see the comments roll in. We're going to make sure that someone will be joining us, and I hope it's you, this Friday night at the Frisco Fighters game. Stick around. We'll dive into our topic when we get back, building a strong team and fostering positive workplace culture within a local business. Extremely important. I can't wait to hear what you guys have to say. Stick around. We'll be right back.
The Community Difference is a new series of shows powered by the Difference Radio live stream and podcast network. This series of shows was designed to highlight the unsung heroes that call our towns and communities home. And we wanted to create a platform that brings awareness to and reminds folks of the goodness that lives within so many of us. By working with the local community leaders, business owners, first responders, veterans, schools, and citizens who want to unite with a clear and selfless purpose, the Community Difference seeks to spotlight the people, events, and activities that are producing positive outcomes, inspirational stories, and incredible experiences. In a world that is consumed with negative press, media manipulation, and propaganda, The Difference, along with many others who believe and support The Difference, understands there is no better way to make the difference than to highlight the unsung heroes that call our towns and communities home. We are currently searching for local communities to be the focus of our shows, but before we can launch a show in your community, we need your help. We need you along with local business leaders, chambers of commerces, major nonprofits, online community group leaders, networking groups, etc., to join us in making the difference in helping your community be seen, be heard, and be remembered. So, if you would like to know how you, your business, school, social media community, church, or your favorite nonprofit organization can be a part of this unique and powerful program, reach out to us today and introduce yourself and let us know how you would like to contribute and bring awareness to the amazing people, places, and events that are making the difference in the community you love. You can call us at 972-866-4596 or email us at info@thedifferenceradio.com.
And now, back to the show.
Welcome back. We're going to dive right into our topic this morning. It's actually afternoon. I always forget because our show goes morning to afternoon. This afternoon, and really last month, we talked about social media and the power of branding. It would have been a great conversation for both Christy and Kelsey, but I know that you guys can definitely going to be a good part of this conversation. So talking about team building, fostering a good team in your business, your culture, and sometimes you may not have a team. Maybe you're a solopreneur, you're just working by yourself, but then there's always a collaborative measure with your clients as well, your customers, and having that as the team mentality there is also very beneficial. But let's start with you, Christy. A little bit about obviously you have your business. Do you have a team that you work with you, or is it just you? Let's just start there.
Yeah, so it's just me. That I'm full-time, full-blown brand strategist designer. But like I said, if there's any time that I need to refer something out that maybe I don't specialize in. So for instance, like I can do all of the web design, all of that good stuff, but SEO optimization, things like that, I have somebody like that I trust very, very well that I can call, pick up the phone and refer out. And that's just an honest conversation that I have with my client saying, hey, I don't specialize in that, but I can connect you directly with this person. If you want to do that separately, that's totally fine. Or if you want me to work with them directly and just get it done, we can do that as well. So yeah, while it's just me, I definitely have my team of, I guess, referred vendors, if you will, that I trust very strongly to do those things.
So how do you build relationships with them that replicate the kind of culture that you want to? Because I'm assuming, and I could be wrong, but I'm assuming at some point as you grow your brand and your business, that you want to expand and scale to the point where it's not just you doing everything at some point. And so having the foundation of that culture is going to be paramount to making sure that multiplies as you are able to scale. Is that a safe assessment?
Yeah, I definitely want to scale in the future. I mean, it's honestly been a very large conversation, especially going into this year. Would love to scale, would love to bring on more designers that have, the experience and the skill set, but also kind of a like-minded mentality. Like I said, like somebody that's not looking to just do, high-end clients or things like that. It's kind of, it has to encompass exactly what we stand for. So
Debbie, you and I are in a same industry, and building great culture and a team atmosphere is really paramount to what we're doing. Talk about you. Team. You have a team in your name. Team wants and redeemers. That's important. How do you foster a positive workplace? Because as you and I are training entrepreneurs in our spaces, people are coming from a very different background in the workforce, working for someone else, W-2 income, and they may have a negative culture, they may have a bad boss, they may love what they do, who knows, but it's a whole different environment. And so what are some strategies or some things that you do to say, hey, here's what we're about and here's how this is going to benefit you from a culture standpoint as you guys continue to grow?
Right. Definitely helping people, for one, be relatable, because I did come from the corporate background. So, it's just a different mindset. But again, too, surrounding them with positive reinforcement and letting them know, you know what, you might not think that you can do this. I've done the same thing, but this is where I'm going. And if we work together, then we're going to accomplish that. So it's just helping to be relatable with them, but also helping them grow by seeing maybe where they're not as strong. So maybe I've never done sales, so how can I help with that? So then maybe some sales training and focus on that. And then two, learning their different personalities, because if I'm talking to a technical person, I'm going to talk to them a little bit differently than I would talk to someone that's relationship or action oriented like me. I'm like, okay, here, just go and let's go do it, versus, the other one, like my husband, he's very relation. And I'm like, okay, quit talking. We're talking too much. Stop. So it's learning their personalities so that then I know how to handle that.
You're action oriented? I never noticed that.
Really? Yeah, I know. It's just.
I'm just kidding. Real quick, and I want to ask
one in every marriage.
I want to ask this. That's right. I want to ask the same thing to Kelsey, but want to quick remind our viewers here. Comment: I love football, and the hashtag the person that invited you. Then hashtag Frisco Fighters. Really simple thing. You're watching. Why don't you win something? People win here, right? We want to make you, we want to give you something to do as a date night on Friday. Maybe you're thinking, what the heck can I do? I've done all the things. Come join us this Friday night at the Frisco Fighters game. Again, hashtag I love football, hashtag who invited you, hashtag Frisco Fighters. Pretty simple. We're going to do a drawing right after our next commercial break. So Kelsey, to you, when we last talked, I was watching some things that you were doing. Tell me if this, I think you're still doing this. Are you also teaching people to do what you do? Is that correct?
I do have a second business where, because I have a big passion for female entrepreneurs. So
yes.
Last year I taught 10 women and helped them open their own LLCs to start their own bookkeeping firms.
Awesome.
But they don't work for me or with me. That's totally for them to do their own thing, just because I have a big passion for like living your life by design. And I believe that women can make a ton of money while also supporting their family and being there for their family, and bookkeeping has been a great tool for that. But as far as my own team, I do have my own team within Keep Safe Bookkeeping, and I think that that's one of the toughest parts of business is getting the right people in place and delegating to the right people and learning how to be that leader and showing up for all these different personality types. And some people do things better than we do them ourselves. So I don't have an accounting degree, but I hire people with accounting degrees because they can do what I do even better for my clients. So yeah, that delegation and leadership is a big part of building a really good business that takes care of your clients at the level that you would take care of them at.
So what would you say if I had to say, hey, in one or two sentences, what is the culture that keeps Safe Bookkeeping?
I would say
I put you on the spot there, but
yeah, you did. I don't really have like a culture
it doesn't have to be fancy.
down or anything.
Just describe it. How? Yeah, it didn't have to be like here's the mission, whatever.
Yeah, I think servicing clients at a really high level on the basis that we want to see all small business owners succeed. And all the people on our team have that same understanding for wanting to see our people. We just want to help people make more money and keep more money in their pockets and grow really successful businesses. So our team all has that same mentality of supporting our clients at the highest level that we can.
Well, I want to welcome back in Joe Lamb. She had apparently the entire internet went out where she was, so that makes it a little bit difficult. So I'm glad you're back. We'll definitely try to get you a little more airtime here in just a moment. But as we're talking, we're just talking about developing a positive workplace culture for yourself, your staff, and a little bit about you. And obviously, as a nonprofit, you've got a ton of, maybe not a ton, but a number of people working with you. And what you guys are doing is really inspiring, right? But so in and of itself, it brings a positivity to the culture, which is good. But what are some things specifically for you, your staff, that you personally work on to develop the culture that's going to emanate out to the rest of the community and keep people happy, but also driving towards the ultimate goal?
Yeah, one of the things that we really value at our organization is diversity, right?
Mm-hmm.
We want to empower everyone to speak from their diverse background, because I feel that combine the voices of.
Oh man,
Whoa.
I bet that was going to be so good.
She's me last week.
Wow.
Well, she can't say, or Chrissy had so much fun.
Because your story, her story is amazing, and the things
we'll get her back on it another time, because
so
I definitely want to hear that.
The beauty and the badness of the live show, right?
Well, you can't help when the internet goes and your whole complex goes out.
Exactly.
No.
So it looks like they're still working on it. Maybe the weed eater guy hit the line.
I've had people do that where they were trying to fix a sprinkler line and they cut the whole internet line.
Yeah.
Same, especially with all the new construction out where I live. I'm like,
yeah, that's not good. All right, we'll wrap up with this. Just real quickly, go through everybody. We'll start back with Christy. What are you looking the most forward to this year in your business, or just anything in general, but primarily in your business? Growth or something you're trying to accomplish, anything like that?
Oh, such a great question. Again, I'm just really excited to actually look further into expanding, obviously to grow the business, but to be able to help more people and more businesses, because what I've found is that because I don't, just work with one type of business or one type of business owner, there are just so many out there that do need help. And some of them need a little bit more help than others. Some of them just need a little bit of tweaking. But yeah, I'm really just looking forward to helping more people in our community to see, to better see their businesses flourish.
Yeah, I mean, that really goes into what we talked about earlier. It's just the necessity of successful small, medium, and big businesses too, obviously.
Yeah.
But that's really the whole vision behind the difference, and why Lyndon started it is because he had been into business development for 15 years or so, but still coming across, as you probably do as well.
Yeah.
Businesses that are just floundering, and you look at them, they're like, man, they have a great product, they're doing well, but nobody knows about them. And so
exactly
the whole tagline of the difference, be seen, be heard, be remembered. That's the goal, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Debbie, what about you? You've got some exciting things. I know you're an excitable person, so I know you're excited about some things coming in the next year.
Yeah, this year has been exceptional because I pick a word every year, and this word was consistency. So my social media has gone from hardly anything to 100% change. And so I've been connecting with so many different people like Joe and just constantly meeting new people. And what I'm loving that is starting to have this rippling effect of I'm getting into places to educate on financial literacy. That is just, I wouldn't have done that if I hadn't been focused and consistent meeting people. So a lot of things are happening. I'm super excited for, and we just got to keep it going and keep that consistency up.
We're going to go to break. When we come back, we'll finish. I want Kelsey and Jax to answer that question. We'll finish that on the backside. We got some new viewers in that are watching. Make sure if you want to win the tickets to the Frisco Flyers, comment I love football. You can hate football. It's okay. Comment I love football. Comment who invited you, hashtag who invited you, and hashtag Frisco Flyers. 3 simple tasks. You could be in the arena with us on Friday night. We'd love to meet you. We're gonna do the drawing on the other side of this break, so stick around. We'll be right back.
Last chance,
The
guys.
Community Difference Plano is made possible by Nathan Smith with Enfuego Financial, Diane Castle with Castle to Castle, connecting charities to fundraising solutions, Jim Thomas, business consultant and business funding expert, Brenda Thompson with Home Smart Stars, Sonia Lowry with Gaston Investments and Development, Tracy Duff with Assisted Living Locators, and by Jacqueline Crider with PBJ Mortgage. The Community Difference Plano. Together, we can make the difference. And now, back to the show.
Are you ready?
Rapid fire.
All right, rapid fire. We've got a couple of housekeeping things to do before that, right? We're going to get to our rapid fire segment in just a moment, which is really one of my favorite segments. This is just quick answers to things that you may not know. You probably don't know about myself, our guest, we're going to. Audio issues there. Okay, so we're going to run our collector in the back.
Hey, Nathan, real quick. Let's. We've got some new viewers that just popped in.
Okay.
If you're watching and you're paying attention, read the scroll at the bottom. We're about to do a contest where you can win a couple of tickets to the Frisco Fighters season opener. Right now, we have one entrant. That's it, just one.
We have a lot of viewers and only one person.
A lot of viewers and one person is I guess, loves football.
It's free. All you have to do is your keyboard.
Even if you don't do it, give it to somebody you like.
Right. Yeah. It's kind of like regifting at Christmas.
Exactly.
No one knows. No one knows you didn't want it.
Exactly.
We have a saying. We have a saying in our business called "Win the Day." It just talks about how well you did. If you did everything you do, you could win the day by winning a ticket. All you got to do is type "I love football," comment "I love football," hashtag Nathan. You can just put Nathan. That's fine. I'm just kidding. Whoever invited you, and also hashtag Frisco Fighters.
Now here's the thing that we forgot to mention. Because the person that is registered right now put hashtag PBJ Mortgage, if he wins, Jax gets a cruise to give to the charity of her choice. So that they can raffle it off, put it in a drawing, whatever it may be, to help them raise funds for their charity.
That's awesome.
So Jax is probably sitting there going, nobody else in her, but you know.
No, I want everybody. It's more fun when it's competition, right? Like,
yeah, it is.
It's more fun.
All right, Linda, just keep me posted when we're going to do the drawing.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and do it right now. Nobody else entered. You know, what's our slogan now? No opportunity waits. It's over. So here, I will post your winner. There he is, right there.
Patrick Best.
So,
congratulations,
he is the winner. Patrick, if you will get your email to Jax, she'll get that to me, and we'll get those tickets out to you. Congratulations. Thank you for playing along. And to Too bad the rest of you.
And
Yeah, I was gonna say, you never know what we're going to be doing
to
here.
everybody else
on-
that's listening, first of all, thank you for listening. But also, what were you thinking? Let's just be honest. What were you thinking? You had it. I mean, it was right there, and you let it slip away. Fortunately, we've got a lot of tickets this year, Lyndon, so we'll be doing this again. So you have a chance to pick up your fingers and just do this, and then you can win a chance to come out and hang out with us. So, rapid fire, real quickly. I promised Jax and Kelsey, guys, give me 30 seconds. Jax, what is it that you're looking forward to most this year?
Yeah, I'll be quick. I was just going to say, we've done a lot around the education space, and I'm very excited about expanding that out into other avenues. And I'm going to do my own podcast involving financial mastery. So simplifying it down. So I'm sure Nathan, Debbie, you'll be on there. We're just going to try to help people learn more, right? Do things better. So I'm just excited for that expanded opportunity.
That's fantastic. Kelsey?
Yeah, mine is actually similar to Jack's. I am starting to do a lot more speaking engagements and in businesses, real estate offices, and teaching brand new entrepreneurs, brand new people, the basics of bookkeeping and giving them some tools and things like that to do that. So yeah, just getting in front of more people and educating people on the right things so that people have a better hand starting out when they first start this entrepreneur journey.
That's awesome. For me, same kind of thing. I'm looking forward to the relationships that I'm going to build in our community and just getting to know people, especially in our education space, our coaching space, because those are the people that are closest to my heart. And so, all right, here's the rules. Right? Here's the rules of the rapid fire segment. It's 1 or 2 word answer, no explanation. We're just going to move on. Maybe there's 15 questions. We'll only get to 2 of them. Then we'll wrap up. But the first one, a couple of questions may require a sentence, but let's just keep it short here. Where did I just lost the one I was at? Favorite book or podcast that has most inspired or inspired you in your entrepreneurial journey. I'm going to start with Jen.
Favorite book? Okay, so personal, Little Women, professional, Who Not How.
Who Not How. Okay, and this is just who inspired your entrepreneurial journey the most? Podcast. Yeah, professional. Perfect.
Yeah,
Christy.
professional.
Who you said podcast or book that inspired my entrepreneurial journey? Ooh, I don't really have one, to be honest with you, but I'm going to go with Love Does by Bob Goff. I think he's a great guy.
That's I actually have that in my bookshelf. So, Kelsey, what about you?
Oh, shoot. That was a long time ago. What inspired that? I would probably say one of the first ones is $1 Million Woman. And that is not a super well-known book, I don't think. And I don't even remember the author, but basically. $1
Million Woman. Okay.
Yeah.
Debbie?
I think one that stood out was Atomic Habits, which I loved
James
that
Clear.
book.
Very good.
But another book that I listened to constantly when I was traveling was Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins. An amazing book of toughness. So yeah.
For me, it's I know it changes a lot, obviously, but I'm going to have to go with the Craig Rochelle Leadership Podcast right now. So highly recommend that. Now, take a second, step away. We're always going, right? If the few moments that we get to step away from our business, from our family, which is not much, obviously, what is the guilty pleasure? What's that thing when you can exhale? This is what I'm doing. Maybe it's a snack, maybe it's food, maybe it's watching something, maybe it's sitting out in the hammock. I don't know. Guilty pleasure, when you finally get those few moments to just exhale every once in a while. What is that for you? We'll start with Kelsey.
Mine is probably honestly dance.
Okay. Awesome.
Nice.
Awesome. Debbie?
Cooking. I love to cook, not bake, but cook.
Okay.
I feel you on that one.
Yes, discover
Yeah,
and then just taste till it perfect. I love it. It's
Jax?
I was going to say cooking is probably one of mine. Cooking or reading. Just depends on my mood, but cooking or reading.
Christy?
You said guilty pleasure, so I feel like mine is guilty, and y'all's is all great.
Yeah, we haven't got to mine yet. We haven't got to mine yet. So
just be real. It's okay.
I love reality TV.
Okay.
I really do. Sorry.
We'll talk about that after this.
Okay.
For me, it's a glass of really good whiskey and reading a book or watching something where I can learn something. So that's my.
See, so his is guilty, Christy. You're not the only one.
Yeah.
You have to have a glass of wine while you're cooking.
Except
too,
I don't
so,
feel guilty about it at all. You shouldn't either. All right, guys. Hey, thank you so much for being on the show. Thank you to our winner today. We're going to be giving away we're giving away pretty much every week, right, Lyndon? We have a lot of tickets for the home games this year.
Yeah, the first 3 weeks, this week, next week, the week after, they have a home game. We'll get the schedule posted up so people know. We'll start giving away every week. Now, it may not be a game that week, but we'll have you'll be able to select probably the day that you want to go. It could be a month from now, and they could select that date. But, yeah, we're going to be giving that away. We've got a new sponsor, the Mesquite Rodeo. Rodeo season starts in June.
Love the rodeo.
So we'll be.
I was going to say, and if y'all have never been to the Mesquite Rodeo, it's amazing. Like, it is the most American, authentic experience. It's great.
100%, Jax. I'm glad you said that, because what blew me away last summer when I was there is the national anthem is played. Men stand up and take their caps off and put it over their heart. Everybody does it. It's true American.
So Lyndon, I have to tell you a story about that. So my aunt came over from Germany, right? So she's purely German, and she came and we took her to the Mesquite Rodeo. And when everyone sang the national anthem, she was bawling. And she was like, this is the most beautiful experience. She's like, countries just don't have things like this where they connect with their people. She's like, this is amazing. And like, she's right. I mean, it is true, authentically American in the purest sense of the word.
That's fantastic.
100%.
That's fantastic.
100%.
Well, guys, hey, we're gonna wrap up here. We're gonna wrap up. Let's about 20 seconds to each of you guys. Just thoughts, anything you want to share with our listeners before we sign off today. Kelsey, we'll start with you.
Yeah, well, just thank you for having me, guys. I appreciate it. If we need to connect, I'm on Facebook. That's the best place to find me.
Well, definitely want to talk to you more, because I know that you've been a popular a person with our audience, and look for some opportunities offline to do some more connection and collaboration or partnership. Debbie, 20 seconds to you.
I will just actually invite you to next Thursday podcast. If you'd like to have another chance to win tickets, 2:30 next Thursday. I will be on that podcast too.
With the Frisco podcast.
Right.
Awesome.
Podcast.
Christy?
Yeah, guys, thank you so much for having me. It was so great to connect with you all. And anybody out there that's listening, if you feel like you need help, like your brand is struggling, I'm happy to just do a phone call as well, do a little consulting. All my info is in the bar down below. You can reach me there.
And Jax?
I will just always say that a lot of people are afraid to use mortgage people as resources for like a lot of just the financial space. Like, we're here to answer questions. Like, even if it's not, I want a mortgage right now, that's okay. Like, just use us as a resource. So we're here for you. So whatever you need, reach out to myself and my team. We'd be happy to help.
Well, awesome, guys. Thank you so much. Again, I'm Nathan Smith, host of the show. The question I'm going to leave you with is, are you living the life that you feel like you were created and designed to live? If you're in a space where you feel like you're grinding your wheels, not fulfilled, man, I love that chance to have a conversation with you. Thanks to all of our guests and co-hosts, guys. We will see you Friday. For those that actually, for those that want to come out and hang out with us, and we'll have more opportunity as we go throughout the season, guys. Thank you so much. Have a blessed week. We'll see you next Wednesday.
Bye, guys.
Thank you for watching today's show.
Community Difference Plano is made possible by Nathan Smith with Enfuego Financial, Diane Castle with Castle to Castle, connecting charities to fundraising solutions, Jim Thomas, business consultant and business funding expert, Brenda Thompson with Home Smart Stars, Sonia Lowry with Gaston Investments and Development, Tracy Duff with Assisted Living Locators, and by Jacqueline Crider with PBJ Mortgage. The Community Difference Plano. Together, we can make the difference.